Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. So we have reached to the stage where we can discuss the authorization matrix. Authorization matrix is a matrix in which we uh, we can manage the users, all the users of the system, their passwords, the means their authorization, and their the objects on which they are given the permission. So for this, in our previous session, we showed you that we created a user with his password, and we had authorization and comparison, whether checking whether the incoming user who is logging in is logging with the right username and password. If it is, then this becomes true, and later on it is given the offset, the row offset means the row number on which it is located, right? This is going to be used later on. So these are the permissions we permissions will be in the form of columns, like EMP means if it is given 1 here, it means he's allowed to go into the employee, right? And these people can, those who are not allowed, so you can leave it blank, right? So in order to access the employee data, the one has to be there so that they can make the necessary changes or etc. Then later on you can further develop whether they can only view it or they can view and change and so on and so forth, right? So first let's develop the matrix which covers all the objects. Now it will be very time consuming if we start typing all the objects here. So let's, why not put a break, do it with a click of button. So we are going to create a button this way, right? And this button we can put in here, and we will create it right. We will create a new one here, right? So a new place is open in here. Okay, now here we are going to start writing the code, what we want here to be done, right? So the first thing is that we want, as soon as we click this button, all the newly columns which are required to be here, they are automatically adjusted into the matrix, right? For example, you will see the inventory table is not here at the moment, so it will come automatically. So how it will come, you are going to write a code in here, and the code is very simple. The very first thing you need to do is this command. So you need that the LR function means what is the last row until where this is to be added. Yeah? First, because this will give you the vertical boundary of the matrix, right? If we press here F8, you will see what happens. It gives you 7. Why 7? Because the user, yeah, this user is on the last user is located on 7, right? Okay, it's fair enough. Now, what is the next? Now, if this is greater than 5, if LR is greater than 5, then fine. Otherwise, something has something wrong, because less than 7, less than 5 means you have deleted all these rows, or that's an erroneous condition. So this means nothing to do. It will we will close the MVFAir. So what it is saying, if the LR, which is 7, is greater than or equal to 5, of course it is greater than or equal to 5, then we are going to write here the codes. Yeah? What we are going to write the code, all the objects of the sheet, of all the objects, for example, each object is located on the sheet, then we will say that for each sheet in the active verbal sheets, and then we say next. Okay, right. Okay, this will loop around all the sheets, and for each sheet there will be a column allocated. If the column is already there, the first thing is to check if the column is already, for example, the emp is already there, so no need to add a column for emp because it is already there. Okay, so it's a G4 is the first, G4 is the first start of the permissions, right? Okay, G4 is the start of the column. Okay, right, and it will start looping it. There is a loop. It will start a loop to see if it already exists or not. So it will start a column offset from active cell, that is G4. So 0 row means G4, and 0 column means G4. Is not equal to space, then it is not equal to space. it is then what it is going to see that if this is equal to the sheet name, right? If it is already there, nothing to do here, okay, and it will execute it, no more continue. For example, that means since it is emp, and if the sheet name is emp, so nothing to do because it is already there, permissions are already created, otherwise they will be overwritten, right? Okay, and then the next thing is we are going to check a condition. We are going to check in here that if the active cell dot offset is equal to space, means some new file has some new sheet has been encountered, so that name has to be added here, right? So for this, we are going to use this. Here we are going to write this one. Yeah, active cell. This is the sheet name, right? So it is going to add this sheet name, and then it will take the next sheet and next sheet and next sheet. That's right. Okay. So this is how it is going to add all the cells. So let's try it if it works. Before we try it, let's do one thing, that we name it properly. We give it a name, that authorization matrix refresh. Okay. So there are only two columns. There are so many objects. So all objects are to be added by the click of this button. That's it. Okay. So it has added it and so on. The issue is this, that this permission should be centralized here. Because here we have this should automatically be the center justified to this. Okay. So we have to add one command here. We go back to the code and we edit it. And before writing a new object name, it should add an inserter. It should insert the column so that this center justification is applied. Okay, so let's delete all this. Yeah, control minus. I'm deleting it. Yeah, and now I am clicking it again to try. So let's see if it works properly. Yes, that's right. Right, it is centrally located. That's right. These are the permissions, and rightly executed. Okay. So let's do it again when we want a border to be here. Okay, so let's break it. Control minus. Uh, we delete them, right? And here we want some border or shading. For example, we want to shade in here, right? And we want this to be center cross selection, like this. Okay. So okay. Now, if we click the button here, so it will automatically adjust it. That's fine. So this is just an example how you can automatically pick any new object added. All you need to do is refresh it, and it will. For example, you have already assigned the permissions to some objects, and you don't want to lose anything for any new addition of the object. For example, you add an object here. For example, we add an object here. We add a new sheet, for example, insert a sheet, worksheet. We say this is a, sorry, inventory, or sorry, inventory is already there. For example, sales order. Yeah. Okay. So for example, you have the data in it, and you come to here and you click here. So you will see that the sales order is added in the end. All you need to tell it here that this is going to be assigned to this user message. So this is how you are going to set up your authorization matrix, and with minimum coding, and your code is such that it is going to work even if you add new objects in your model. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. So we will come up with further enhancement in the next video. Thank you very much for joining.